It's interesting to me that you did manage to get it done, even though everybody people hate Bill C-69. It's the Stop the Pipelines bill,
Yeah.
but you managed to do it.
Look, I grew up with the Mi'kmaq in Cape Breton, and I really have a great relationship with the Indigenous people, and I really believe in reconciliation, economic reconciliation. So it is in our blood. 16 people that work at my little company believe, and they really want to consult with and work with Indigenous peoples. I think it's critically important. The land in our country, all of our territory of Turtle Island is owned by, is not owned by, but it is a land that our Indigenous people have lived. So we have that responsibility. It's respect, Amanda. It's respect for the history of this country. It's respect for the Indigenous community that we really... So we never started talking about the negative pieces of this. We just said, why don't we just go ahead and do this the way we believe it should be done? And I had an amazing partner on the other side of me, and we're doing, and Matt and I are doing other projects too. And we're doing it across the country because people are knowing and seeing that we truly share. And sharing means not just taking all the money and running. Sharing means recognizing and giving benefits and designing those deals so there are benefits to the community. That, to me, is the key. And so I never questioned that.
It wasn't an afterthought, it sounds like. It was the premise.
It was the premise. It was the premise.
It is the principle behind our relationship. And, the reality of it is in Canada, Indigenous people make up about 5% of the population, but yet have tremendous control over, I would say, 100% of the land mass, whether it's through a treaty or land claim or land assertion and so on. Gone are the days where development happens and the Indigenous party is the last party at the table. And, we can do things differently. We can be creative and innovative. And, the United Project speaks to the meeting of the minds with private business coming together with an Indigenous community to pursue an innovative idea, to create value, not just for us as investors and owners of the project, but for the ratepayers of Ontario and for the environment and our future generations. I think this signals the new future of Canada. I don't believe that any large infrastructure project will get built in this country without a real meaningful Indigenous partnership. And the days are gone where developers can, contrive on a concept of a project or have a project idea, compartmentalize the Indigenous ownership interest or the Indigenous perspective, bring it to the community and say, this is how you fit into the box. This is how you're going to play. Those days are gone. And the reality of it is, the way we see development moving forward is that ideas are born through mutual collaboration, and there is no better ally in advancing a project than when you stand shoulder to shoulder with the Indigenous community who believes in the project and has that buy-in. You can accomplish anything.
Matt, what do you think when you hear talk about killing C-69 and a new era where we have to move fast on projects? Do you worry that we're going to lose some of that underpinning?
Yes, I do. I believe we need to accelerate, but we need to accelerate in a responsible way. We can't jeopardize the environmental impacts and the archaeological importance of the things that we do. Listen, the world has been built around Indigenous people for centuries. We were sequestered on reserves and we weren't part of the dialogue. And we've seen the damage that it causes to neighborhoods and to into our green spaces. And it does represent a threat. And so what our interest is, let's get to the table. Let's get to the table soon. Let's help control the narrative. Let's have input on project locations. And let's really screen the environmental impacts and the archaeology impacts so that we do things responsibly. I'm not afraid, and I know that most First Nation communities are not afraid to participate and accelerate opportunity, provided that they're done responsibly. And, public policy plays a role, but I think it comes down to common sense and collaboration and working together to hear people's perspectives and really, really respect each other's positions. And ultimately, you're going to arrive at a product that's that much more beneficial because it has the buy-in that's needed in order to accelerate.